Hello and welcome to the Discover Your Assets webinar by Lifestyle Up. For me, it's another great day to be alive because I'm so super excited because we have another great edition for you today. I've got a very special guest, someone I have great respect for. As a matter of fact, I was discussing with him a bit earlier that I met his mind, before I met him in physical. The last edition we spoke about us being spirit being, as again, even just being physical being. So today God promises to be great, and I just will encourage you, like I always like to say, ensure you have your P square, your pen and paper, and not Peter and Paul, please, because I really need you to please jot along. So where are you watching us from today? Are you watching us from Accra in Ghana, Lusaka in Zambia? Are you watching from Tanzania? Just introduce yourself, just drop your name and where you're watching us from, and even state something you are so excited about. For us at Lifestyle, we always say that knowledge must precede wealth. And I'm so delighted that we have another set of knowledge we'll be sharing with you today. So I'm super excited, and I'm speaking to you today from the Lifestyle Up headquarters in Abuja, Nigeria. So thank you so very much for creating time with us, for sharing your time with us today, because your time is your life. Once spent can never be regained. And we've invited you to today's edition because we have a very genuine intention of adding great value to our lives today. So welcome once again, and of course it promises to be another powerful edition. Thank you so very much. We have a very great guest in the house today. He's a world famous speaker, a motivator, and he helps businesses to move from zero to greatness. And for us at Lifestyle Up, it's a great privilege that we have architect Ape Harrison.
It's truly a delight to be here.
Wow. Thank you so very much.
I'm glad to be
Thank you so very much. When you showed up today, I said, wow, thank God he made it.
I'm so glad to be here.
Today, our guests, they are very expectant. And we'll be talking about a very critical aspect of our existence. The mind.
Yeah.
And I know you are a mind architect.
Yes. True.
Because I've had the privilege of reading through your content.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I have one of your books here, and I got so attracted by the title, Problem Power.
Yes.
So what that means that you are so powerless if you don't have problems around you.
Exactly.
Because I've read the book to some extent. For every problem you're able to solve, the more powerful you are.
That's right.
And it all starts in the mind.
Yes.
So, sir, before we go so deep, I would like you to just introduce yourself. Then, of course, we'll go straight up into, because I know there is so much to you, and I really want our guests to hear directly from you.
Okay, sure. It's truly a delight to be here. And you have a lovely place. I think that most people don't appreciate how beautiful your place is.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Ape Harrison. I'm an architect and a practicing architect at that.
Awesome.
Also, we've been blessed to run a foundation which we have done for over 10 years, the Purple Foundation. Ooh. And it's on that platform that we hold our summit, the 10 Summit, the Plus 10, the 10 Plus, the 10 Class, and we have outreaches and grants that we give out for students, for parents, and then we have, of course, the Widows Outreach as well.
Awesome.
So we've been doing this for quite a while, and side-by-side work. So we've had to juggle between architecture, interior design, and then the foundation.
Fantastic.
A husband of one wife.
Oh, great. That is a great feat.
Yeah, and again, I'm truly delighted to be here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Architect Harrison. I said, I know you do a lot of architectural design, and professionally people know you as that. And one thing I want our guests to also know that you are also a mind architect.
Yeah.
And I want us to, let's focus on that aspect. I'm sure we want to invite you again to talk about interior design for the benefit of people that are along that trade.
Yeah.
Because when the mind is lost, everything is lost.
Yes.
Okay. how important is our mind to our business, career, and life success?
Yeah, so fundamentally, nobody has a money problem. So many times when we come to adulthood, the goal is to attain a dream, to make money, have a great family. But nobody has a family problem. Nobody has a money problem. Nobody has a career problem. We all have a mind problem.
Wow.
Everything that happens in your life happens twice. It happens first in the mind, and then it happens in reality. So anything that hasn't happened in your mind can't really happen in your life. The mind is the first sight. I mean, you are into real estate. So for everything you want to build, the first site of construction is your mind.
True.
For everything you want to become, the first site for construction is your mind. For everywhere you want to go, the first site of construction is your mind. Everything in our lives happen twice. They happen first in our mind, then they happen later in our lives. If it hasn't happened in your mind, you won't see it in your life. Any good you want to see must first play out in your mind long enough that you can produce it in your life. So I think the real key is that we don't have a money problem. We don't have a people problem. And I'm saying this intentionally because I know that we are also speaking to the African demographics, all right? And in Africa, there is a mindset that I am not who I'm meant to be because I don't have enough money.
Wow.
I'm not who I'm meant to be because I don't know people. You know, and there's this illusion that connection makes people. It's an illusion.
Wow.
It's a myth.
Wow.
So what I share with people is that connections don't make anybody. And I'll tell you why. You have clients today who have given you 100 million to build a house for them, right? Those clients may have people in the same field as you who may be their younger brother, their nephews, their nieces, but they don't give them the same amount of money. So if your life is a reflection of your connection, then many of your clients won't be your clients today because they will give the same money, the same job to their relatives. The reason why they respond to you with those assignments is because of what value they get from you. That value is originated in your mind.
Wow.
You see that now?
Wow.
So in Africa, we think that if you don't know people, you can't grow. If you don't know people, you can't excel. Businesses are as good as who you know. But that's not true. Businesses are as good as the mind that operates them. A family is as flourishing as the minds that operate them.
Absolutely.
So it's a weird irony. See, bring everybody in America here, and Nigeria will become American.
Wow.
Take every Nigeria to America, and America will become Nigerian. Because it's not a result of where we are. It's a result of the minds in the places. It's not the place that defines the mind. It's the mind that defines the place.
Wow.
So if we take all the guys from Nigeria here and move them to America tomorrow, you will see Nigeria replicated in America. If you bring Americans here tomorrow, you see America replicated here in Nigeria because we are as good as our minds. So the element of the mind is very critical. Is very critical. Every investment must begin with an investment in the mind.
In the mind.
Every investment.
Wow.
Whether it's in marriage, it's in academics, it's in business, it's in partnerships, in relationships, every investment must first begin with the mind.
With the mind. Talking about investing in our mind, okay, how best do we invest in our mind? Or let me rephrase that question. Since we now know that the mind is critical, because your last statement said that the mind defines a place.
Yes.
Because the success of a place, it's a reflection of the minds of people that live a bit in such a place. Now, how best now can we restructure our mind for greatness?
Yeah, so, I mean, the first way to restructure the mind is simple. And for me, as a Christian, it's also faith-based for me. So it's renewing of the mind. Mind renewal. And mind renewal is different from new minds. You see, there is, that prefix there, to renew, is very important. Yeah. We're not saying purchase, procure a new mind. You don't need a new mind.
True.
I may admire you, but I don't need your mind. You may admire me, you don't need my mind. Your mind is sufficient for the greatness you want to attain.
But I like your mind already.
So you see, so we can respect people's minds and their ways of thinking. We can also adapt to different kinds of thinking.
True.
And we'll get to that eventually.
True.
But the real ingredients for positioning our minds is mind renewal. And mind renewal is very critical because it speaks of a continuous reality. It is not, see, when I say get a new mind, it sounds like a one-time venture. So, but when I say renew your mind, renew your car, it's like servicing your engine.
Sure.
You know, however powerful your engine is, however powerful your car is, there is a need to renew your engine oil every now and then. You know, so as long as that engine is in use, as a matter of fact, even when the engine is not in use, if you have the car parked for a long time and you want to get to using it again, it's required that you reservice that engine.
Very true.
So the same way with our minds, the mind is constantly in need of renewal. So we are transformed by the renewing of our minds.
Wow.
And we are all in need of transformation. Now, conformity is dangerous. And conformity sometimes is a reflection of dormancy.
Wow.
You see, what we see play out mostly in Africa is conformity. We conform. You know, no one is trying to transform anything. It's been like this, so shall it be to the end. All right, so we are basically a group of conformists. We conform, and the reason why we conform most times is because of dormancy. Now, there's a scary reality when you think about dormancy. And I'll tell you why. However lovely this place is, you didn't acquire this place by showing the previous owner your account statement. You may have 100 million. If I come, now you sell houses, very good.
Yeah.
So if I come to you, to your company,
Yeah.
to buy a house from you,
Yeah.
with my account statement, would you sell to me?
Not exactly.
Yeah, so I come to you, I have 500 million in my account, you know, so I print out my account statement and I say, I want this terrace building. I want to buy it. I have 500 million in my account. You are selling for 80 million naira.
Yeah.
So this is my account statement. Can you hang on to my account statement and please sign me a power of attorney? I mean, it's from a reliable bank.
No, that would be my response. See you some other time.
Did you get my point? Now, many times in Africa, that's what we do. Everywhere we go, we showcase our account statements. And life does not respond to what's in your account.
Wow.
Life responds to what you are able to withdraw from that account and engage in the field.
Wow.
So you may have 500 million in your account, but I won't sell you my car. I won't sell you my house. How much of that amount can you withdraw from the account and engage on this transaction? Is what will get you my house or get you my car. All right. So we have a statement of account that is loaded.
Wow.
Everyone has got an account statement.
Wow.
And the account statement is loaded with virtue, with prospects, with a bright future.
Wow.
But life does not answer to account statements. Life answers to tangible value.
Absolutely.
So you have, your father left $1 billion for you in your account and you don't know about it. That money can never change your life. But your father left $1 billion for you in the account.
Wow.
But you can never become anything from that account because you are ignorant of that account. That's number one.
Yeah.
Then you may now have knowledge of the account, but can you make withdrawal? Do you have the instruments to make withdrawal on that account? That is how the account impacts on your life. And that's how the mind is. The mind is a well of virtue.
Wow.
But it's as good as our ability to make withdrawal.
Wow.
You see? And that ability comes from mind renewal. We are transformed by the renewing of our mind. How much can we engage our mind deliberately, intentionally, to drive us in the direction of our intended end? That's the real key there.
Wow.
But when you need to conform, you don't need to do any of that. So conformity embraces dormancy very easily.
Wow.
Dormancy yields conforming very easily. And when you conform, you don't make any progress.
Absolutely.
You may move, you may have motion if you're a conformist, but you won't make progress. If you want to make progress, you need to transform.
Absolutely.
And if you must transform, you must keep renewing your mind.
Wow. Now let me ask you, how loaded is your bank statement? For me, this is one of my greatest takeaways today, because I think you just spoke to me also.
Wow.
I think I'm not withdrawing enough from my bank statement, because I think I'm carried away, I'm disillusioned by the bank balance,
Yes.
which by itself is not the real value the marketplace needs.
No.
So I need to develop the ability to withdraw from my bank statement on a daily basis, because that is what the marketplace needs.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Exactly. And that's the difference. Sorry, and that's the difference between gift and skill. You are not as blessed as your gifts.
Wow.
You are as blessed as your skill. And you are more blessed if you are skilled in the area of your gifts.
So that means that your skill is the practical application of your gift.
Yes. Your gift is what's in your account. It's your skill that pulls it out.
Wow.
People don't get Grammys because they are gifted.
Okay, now this statement by Jim Rohn, they say, don't wish for less problem, wish for more skills.
Yes. And skill, in my definition, is acquired gifts.
Wow.
So you may be gifted in singing, but you want the gift of tailoring. But you are not born with the gift of tailoring. If you go and get trained in tailoring, you have acquired the gifts.
Wow.
I may have the gift of tailoring, but I don't invest in the skill to tailor. You will do better than me.
Wow.
I have the gift of tailoring. You have acquired a skill of tailoring, but you will do better than me because you don't succeed at the areas of your giftings necessarily. Your skill is what yields the result. And the blessedness is that if you are skilled in the area of your gift, you are truly blessed.
Wow.
So the reason why choir choristers go for rehearsal is not because they don't have the gift to sing. You see, they are gifted at singing, but they are required every Saturday to be in church for rehearsal. That rehearsal is the attaining of a skill to express their gifts. So it is important to have giftings. But have you noticed that the most gifted people are not the most successful?
Wow.
And many times the most gifted are the most depressed.
Wow.
You see?
That's so sad.
Yeah, so it's very sad when we have a bunch of a generation that keeps envying gifted people. Think about the popular musicians today. Many of them don't have great voices. I promise you, they don't. But they have built a skill. See, you can build a skill in charisma. Wow. You know, before we thought that charisma was just a reflection of a temperament. You know, this guy is naturally very charismatic. But you know, it's a skill.
You can learn it.
You can learn it. There are very charismatic people that annoy you all the time. Do you notice? There are people who are very charismatic, but they are just so annoying. They have a gift of the charisma, but they don't have the skill of charisma.
Wow.
There are those who are talkatives. They just talk anyhow. It's a gift. But many of you run away from them because you think that they are nuisance. Because they have not skilled their gifts.
Wow.
Yes.
So we've got to go back home today and go and skill
the gift and make the most of the account statement.
Let me quote you. If you are skilled in the area of your gift, then you are truly blessed.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So gift after all is not enough.
It's never enough. Gift is never enough. Everybody is gifted, but not everybody is great.
How gifted are you? Okay. And how skillful are you?
Yes.
Wow. You know, Architect Harrison, you know, before we dive, because I really want us to do a quick summary of this book.
Okay.
So that everybody watching us today will see reason why they need to start embracing problems.
Yeah.
Okay. And why everybody needs to get a copy of this book. Okay. Now, you know, like I said in the last edition, I always like to narratize these things. Because for me, I want our audience to come back next week and say, wow, I made more money this week because of what I learned from the Discover Your Assets webinar. Now, how can our guests watching us live today, some are watching from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Tanzania, even from the US. Okay. I know the environment, the realities are different. Somebody will say, oh, if only I can get to the US, my life will change. If you go to the US with your mindset, you will still be poor there.
Yes.
You'll still be poor.
Yes.
So, but right now, people watching us right now, they have different areas of life. Some are career people, some are business people, some are into ministry, NGOs, like some of the charity works you do too. How can they renew their minds for profitability?
Yeah, okay, so I mean, there are many ways to do that. But I think that I'm going to use a very popular term, and then we can begin to go deeper from there. I think one of the key ways to do so is by education. I didn't say school. I didn't say school. I mean education. And when I say education, I'm not talking about a degree. As a matter of fact, this is probably going to haunt me. Okay. I think that having a degree is the lowest form of education.
I agree with you.
That is why the most academic people work for the most uneducated people academically. That's the honest truth. That's the honest truth. And today, the people that we celebrate the most are not people with first class. I believe so much in what I'm saying to you now that I've never employed anyone in the past 10 years with a CV.
Wow.
And I think that it will be very unfair for me to do so because I don't have a CV.
Wow.
I have a master's degree, don't get me wrong. But I'm telling you that my life is not commensurate to my master's degree.
Absolutely.
All right?
Absolutely.
I was one of the best in my class. I was at least the top 6 in my class in masters. All right? I was told by my lecturers I should consider a PhD. But my life has no bearing to my degree.
Wow.
Okay, so, but to make any form of progress with your mind, you must be educated. And there are several ways to get educated in the mind. Number one is by observation. By observation. No wonder when the Igbo merchants began to draw up their structure for businesses, they have what they call apprenticeship.
Yeah.
It's education. They have been breeding a generation of mega minds by apprenticeship. The man can't speak one English, but he's got 8 duplexes in his village.
Wow. True.
And in a very predictable amount of time, you can measure his growth. From when he was 12 years old to 25 years old, he built his first house. It's almost predictable for almost every Igbo man. You may not see it because he comes to meet you with his bike or his bicycle, but he's got a duplex. Because he's properly educated in a specific field. So I think that one of the key things that we lack in Africa is education. And education is intentional learning. You can learn in many ways, but if your learning is not intentional, it's not educated, you can't classify it as education. For it to be education, it's got to be very intentional. It's got to be very intentional. So I think that what we lack the most in Africa is proper education. Even in our school system, we don't have the right model for education. And that's why things like this that you're doing is going to change many lives. Because I want my son to watch this video. There's a lot he will learn from this video he will learn in class.
True.
And what he learns from here may do 10 times more for him than what he will learn from his class. So you learn by observation, you learn by association. You are a reflection of your predominant group of friends. You are just a reflection of who you are hanging around with. If you are the best in your group, then it's a problem. It doesn't mean that something is wrong with your group. It just means that you need a different group. It doesn't mean you should abandon your current group. You can keep your current group and still upgrade your group. All right? So you can adapt by observation. You can adapt by association. And I'll say one last one. You adapt by work.
Okay.
One of the best ways to be educated is action. Many of us try to know before we do. Many times the best way to know is to do.
True.
Look at the child.
True.
If a child was to read 15 books on how to walk, will he ever walk?
No.
The anatomy of walking, the psychology of walking, the chemistry of walking, the physics of walking. Did you understand?
Yeah.
That child by 8 years old is still crawling. The best way to learn how to walk is to start walking.
Wow.
And that applies to marriage, to business. So you're waiting for the best scenario to marry. It will never come. The scenario is as best as you make it.
Absolutely.
Do you understand?
Absolutely.
So you observe, you associate, and you work. Working is one of the best ways to groom the mind. I didn't say get a job. You know, I did a lecture recently, I think it's on our YouTube page, and I said you don't need a job. And I said that because we really don't need a job.
True.
You know, so I define a job as a paid work. That's what a job is, right?
Yeah.
You know, but do you know that when you go to the office in the morning, on Monday morning, you say, I'm going to work.
Yeah.
When you describe this place, you say it's my place of work. It's not your place of job.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone described job as just above broke.
Okay, I mean that's kind of sad, but I mean to have a job, it means that you're being paid to do work.
Yeah.
So what you need is actually the work that is being paid for. That's confusing. So let me try and explain. A job is when somebody pays you to do work.
Yeah.
Right? So what you need is not a job. What you need is what is being paid for. And the act of paying is a job, but I don't pay for job. I pay for work. So what you actually need to have is the ability to work, because that is what I pay for. So you bring this lovely set to me to sell to me for 100,000 naira. When I give you 100,000 for this set, I am paying for this set.
Yeah.
The process of paying you for this set is what you call a job.
Yeah.
But what I'm paying for is this cup. If you don't have this cup, you'll never get that money.
True.
So what you need is not the process of me paying you. What you need is to have this cup.
Exactly.
For which I will pay for. And this cup is called work. So what we all need is the ability to work. And that's one of the biggest ways to train your mind. Someone said, one of my mentors said to me that prayers move mountains, actions move the universe. So if you really want to train your mind, then get to work.
Wow.
It doesn't matter what, wash your uncle's car. Iron his clothes.
Get busy.
Get busy. Clean the cupboards in the house. Pay attention to details.
Yeah.
That culture will refine your mind.
True.
Yeah.
Wow. So to restructure our mind for profitability, we need to get educated.
Yes.
And we get educated through observation,
Yes.
association,
And work.
action, or
Yes,
work.
yeah.
You know, I totally agree with you. Because, for example, Lifestyle is a product of action.
Yes.
We had a vision. We say we want to go into real estate. About 3 years ago, you won't believe we had no land anywhere. There wasn't land anywhere. And I will be inside the AC environment making presentation, and I'll be sweating because I know they will ask, so Abiyoye, where is the land? At least, where is your land located?
That's right.
We will say very soon. So very soon, no way. When you acquire the land, come and meet us again.
That's right.
Okay, but right now in Abuja, we have over 6 locations in Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, in Enugu, in Uyo,
Amazing.
in Kano. You know, even in Accra, Ghana, we are fully registered in Accra, Ghana.
Amazing.
You know, we are expanding into the Ivory Coast, Cameroon, and Congo DRC. You know, in the course of this month, within this month. You know, but we started almost from nothing. We're a product of organic growth.
Yes.
Now, before Architect Harrison wraps up this edition for us through this powerful book I have right here with me, okay, I would like to show you a practical display, okay, of what it takes to really work at your vision, okay. At Lifestyle, we have this unique masterpiece. It's a 4-bedroom terrace duplex apartment. Talking about conformity, architect, when we said we're going to build an apartment with a rooftop swimming pool, most people discouraged us. Because, you know, when you want to go into an industry, you ask, what should I do differently? Because we discovered that most of the apartments in Abuja is like you just box people up. So there is no form of recreation because land is very scarce.
Yes.
You hardly see estates in Abuja, for example, with recreational facilities. So we felt, no, we've got to do a rooftop swimming pool. And that rooftop swimming pool is going to have a 10 years non-leakage guarantee. And that's what it has right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, check out this masterpiece by Lifestyle Up. Awesome. Now let me ask you a question. Did you like what you just saw? Okay, please forgive me. I'm sure you'll be wondering, Abi, what kind of nonsense question is that? Of course I liked it. Who wouldn't like the good life? Now what you just saw, it's an architectural masterpiece by Lifestyle Up, where you have a 4-bedroom terrace duplex with a rooftop swimming pool, smart apartment with a fiber optic internet connection. You can be in any part of the world, switch off your appliances just from your mobile app on your phone. Okay, now the real market value of those apartments you just saw, okay, they are well over 400,000 US dollars. But for us at Lifestyle, we have 4 packages you can leverage on to owning one of these apartments. One is a package we call the Big League package. But you say, no, I just want to drive some value with my capital. I just want my money to appreciate. I want to invest in buying outrightly one of these apartments. You can own it between 136,000 US dollars to about 236,000 US dollars. Okay, whereby you pay this amount within 8 to 10 months, your keys are delivered to you. We have a contract with you that even guarantees pay money back, that gives you money back guarantee, meaning that upon the completion of the apartment, if you don't like what we have done, we will refund your money back to you plus 20% on it. Okay, so for us, we are so sure of the quality of what we do at Lifestyle. I want to encourage every one of you watching us right now, especially those of you in Abuja, Nigeria. Please pay us a visit. Come and check out our Hub 1 at Gusape District, and you will be so delighted by the quality and of our construction, and of course our attention to details also. Now, you agree with me that it's not everybody that can afford to buy up this apartment outrightly. So we felt, let's create a unique leverage system, whereby with a package we call the Elite VVIP package, you can own the same apartment with 44,000 US dollars. Whereby you sign up with 44,000 US dollars, you recommend 4 of your friends that made the same subscription. You earn 5% on each of those 4, and you also qualify for your apartment. Okay? You sign up with 44,000 US dollars, or the Naira equivalent or the CD equivalent as displayed on the screen. Okay? You recommend 4 people. You earn 5% on each of them. Voila, you qualify for your apartment. Of course, we created a third package, which we call the VIP package, whereby you can own the same apartment, okay, with 11,000 US dollars. Of course, with a bit some work. Okay, like Architect Harrison said, you've got to work. Okay, now the work here is so simple. You sign up with 11,000 US dollars. You recommend 4 of your friends that made the same subscription. You earn 5% on each of them. Then your 4 friends recommend their 4, making 16 people in your second generation. Then you qualify for a leadership bonus of 11,000 US dollars, and you qualify for your apartment also. Whereby what you lack in cash, you simply make up in numbers. Then the final package is a VIP package, whereby you sign up with a sum of 5,500 US dollars. You recommend 3 people. You earn 10% commission on each of those 3. Your 3 friends recommend their 3, making 9 people. The day the 9th person signed up, you become a leader. Then we pay you a leadership bonus of 5,500 US dollars. Okay, your capital is back. Then finally, those 9 guys in your second generation recommend their 3 also, which is the last generation for you. And you qualify for your apartment. So let me rephrase. Sign up with 5,500 US dollars. Recommend 3 friends. Your 3 recommend 3, making 9. Those 9 recommend their 3, making 27 in your third generation. And of course, you qualify for one of those beautiful 4-bedroom terrace duplex apartments. The good thing here is that you can be in Abuja and say, you know what, Abioye, I want my apartment in Accra or in Port Harcourt. You know, anywhere we declare as a hub across the continent of Africa, you can own your apartment in those locations upon qualification. Then, before I go back to Architect Harrison, I will wrap up this fantastic conversation as regards our minds. Okay, let me show you this second unique community our minds created. Check this out. All right, now what you just saw is the solid refuge designed by Lifestyle Hub, because I always say that if we are serious about reducing the housing deficit in Africa and giving more people more access to prime location, we've got to start building vertically. Okay, what you just saw is a vertical construction by Lifestyle Hub, a 3-bedroom flat apartment with a maze room and of course with a service rooftop swimming pool, because that is what makes it lifestyle for us. Now, there are 4 ways to owning this apartment you just saw. One is a package we call the Big Haven, whereby you can own it outrightly between 89,000 US dollars and 111,000 US dollars. Okay, you make this payment, within 18 months, your keys are delivered to you. Then we have a package we call the Avon 3.0, whereby you sign up with the sum of $27,500 US. You recommend 4 people that made the same subscription. You earn 5% on each of them. You qualify for the apartments. Then we have a package we call the Avon 2.0, whereby you sign up with the sum of $6,200 US. You recommend 4 friends that made the same subscription. Your 4 recommend their 4 making 16. Then you qualify for the apartment. Then the last option is Avon 1.0, whereby you sign up with a sum of $3,100 US. You recommend 3 people. Okay, your 3 friends recommend their 3 making 9. Those 9 recommend their 3 making 27. Then you qualify for your apartment. And everybody keeps qualifying as you complete your own processes. It's a unique solution we brought to the real estate sector as an alternative to mortgage. Because with mortgage, you practically pay all your life. But this is a unique leverage that Lifestyle Up is bringing to the industry, the real estate industry, for the first time in the whole world. And there are a lot of Africans right now that are owning their apartment just by applying this model. If everybody obeys the law of 3s or the law of 4s, trust me, everybody will be so wealthy. It's all in our minds. So I want to encourage you to please contact our vision partners that invited to today's edition of the Discover Your Asset webinar. Then, of course, they will help you get started. They will educate you on what you need to do. Then, of course, you also become a vision partner. And finally, your subscription also buys you a franchise. So you are now a proud Lifestyle Up real estate owner. And at the end of the day, through our Hub Academy, we will teach you, we will educate you on how you can own an estate yourself. It's magical. It all starts with your subscription fee. So I thank you so much for paying close attention. Now let's wrap up today's powerful edition with Architect Harrison. Wow. Architect Harrison?
Yes, sir.
Now we're about to wrap up. Okay. If I have my way, I just want to continue this conversation with you. You know, when Greg gave me this book, okay, by the way, Greg is in charge of our Hub Academy at Lifestyle Up. Okay. Now, the first chapter talks about the currency of life. Yeah. Sir, what is the currency of life?
I mean, there are many currencies of life.
Yeah.
So the point I was making in that chapter was to emphasize that problems are also a currency of life. It simply means that there are many things in life you can never attain without problems. We are basically worthless without problems.
True.
Essentially, we are here as solutions to problems. So problem is a currency of life. The same way time is a currency, relationship is a currency, opportunity is a currency, people are currencies. The same way problems are currency. Every problem in your life is my opportunity for greatness.
Wow.
Every problem that you have is a privilege for wealth for me. So every time I solve my problem, you get richer. Every time I solve your problem for you, I get richer and I get more important. So, but problems are a relevant currency to life.
Wow. Wow. You know, I totally agree with you. You know, there was a time in my life I had so much problems. You know what my problems were then? Basically debt. Yeah. I was so indebted. Okay. Then one day, and I asked myself a question. I said, Abioye, who would you become should you overcome this problem?
Yeah.
And the person I was going to become was so inspiring. And I got inspired every day. Yes. And I like the fact that you took that concept to the next level in this very book. Now, chapter 2, everybody has problems.
Yes.
I thought that some people, you know, with their barbaric guy,
even Dangote has problems.
No. Are you serious?
Dangote
is it a problem of too much money or what? Please talk to us about this chapter.
So everybody has problems, and then there's what I call everyday problems. So every single time you wake up in the morning, you brush your mouth, right? You are dressed now. everything that you're wearing today is your attempt to solve a problem. From your pair of glasses to your cap to your attire, all right? It's to the mic we're using now. We're solving problems.
True.
So, so if everybody has a problem, it means that problem is not a problem. It's like saying that you are not where you should be because you have only 24 hours in a day. If we all have 24 hours in a day, then 24 hours in a day can never be your problem. Because we all have 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
So if we all have problems, then problem is not a problem. All right? And many times we solve problems without even knowing. It's just that we don't solve the problems that increases our relevance or improves our lifestyle.
Yeah.
So that's what the whole book is about. The book is about focusing on the problems that you need to solve to improve on your life and increase your relevance.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
but I mean, essentially, everybody has problems. Now, the difference is that the rich people swim in problems. The poor people drown in problems.
Wow.
But we are all in the pool of problems.
Wow.
Everybody is in the pool of problems.
Wow.
Dangote is this wealthy because of the volume of problem he's solving.
Yes.
It's not because he's void of problems. So in one of your questions, you asked about the use of the mind and greatness. So what is greatness? In my definition, greatness is finding the right problem to solve and committing to solving it so much so that you become the solution.
Wow.
Let me say that again.
Wow.
To be great is to locate a problem that you are wired to solve and commit to solving that problem to a point that you now become the solution to the problem.
When people see you, they just say the solution has come.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's greatness.
That's powerful. That's greatness.
Yeah, it's not popularity.
You know, I was saying, a friend of mine came into the country. I was driving around Abuja, and he said to me, Abiyoye, what are you still doing in this country? So person is here. This is here. I'm here. You know, he said, there are too much problem in Nigeria. I said, you said it.
Yes.
I'm saying Nigeria because of the problem.
That's
because
right.
for every problem I find a solution to, the wealthier I become.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, like architect Erickson just said, the problems in your life are actually not the problems in your life.
Yes.
They are opportunities.
Yes.
Okay. They are opportunities. Wow, fantastic. Chapter 3. Everyday problems.
Yes.
What are the everyday problems, sir?
Yeah, so everyday problems is, so the concept behind that is that I wrap it up with asking the question, who is making you richer? I'm asking that because everyday problems is, I just give you an example.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning, you brush your mouth. You take a bath, you use soap.
Hopefully.
Yeah. You know, you use a towel.
Yeah.
Those are everyday problems
Yes.
that you solve for yourself without knowing.
Yeah.
All right? Now, every time you use that toothpaste, you are making the toothpaste company richer.
True.
I'm not sure you know where the factory is. You don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you know who the founder is. You don't care. But every day we solve problems, and every day we make somebody else richer.
Wow.
Every time you wear this dress, you are making your tailor richer, or you're making the producer of the fabric richer. You don't need to know who they are. So every single day we solve problems for ourselves, and every single day we make somebody richer. So this is what it simply means. Number one, if you have the ability to make somebody richer, it means that you have access to money. I don't care how poor you claim you are. If you have the ability to make me richer, you have access to money. So you don't have the money problem. Number two, every time you solve a problem for yourself, every day, you make somebody else richer. So the real question is that every day, who is making you richer?
You know, let me quickly distract you. There is funny friend and partner of mine, China. Anytime you will say, money is not a problem, but how to get it.
Yes. Oh, yes. and money, what is money? Money is a reward for solving problems. That's all money really is.
Yeah.
Money is simply a reward for solving problems. Every problem is a potential job. Every problem.
True.
Whether it's spiritual. I mean, think about your pastor.
Yeah.
All right? Your pastor is as powerful as the problems he's solving.
Yeah, true. Yeah. You know, I think you've dived into chapter 4 already, and I like the heading for it. Access to money. Who is holding my money?
Exactly.
Who is with my money?
Yes.
Please talk to us a bit about chapter 4.
We all have access is powerful. All right. The reason why some people can make withdrawal on an account is that they have a privileged access. So when you open an account, they give you a checkbook and make you fill forms. All those forms that you fill is to validate your access. Not everybody who enters the bank can touch your money.
True.
You see? True. So you may have the key to the bank. You know, the security man in that bank and the cleaner, they have the key to that bank. But they don't have the money you have.
Wow.
They are in the bank.
Wow. Wow.
But they can't have access to your money. So access is powerful. And what I'm saying is that as powerful as that access is, we all have that access to wealth and relevance.
Oh, fantastic.
The passcode is problems.
Yeah. So problem is the key word, is the password to access
to wealth.
To wealth.
Yes.
Wow.
And you see, you notice in American movies.
Problem, I love you. Because I'm going to solve you.
I've been to see in American movies when you know, it's very hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, in American movies, you see somebody always working towards a problem, towards a danger.
Yeah.
But you know, in Africa, we hear one sound. In the north, we
take off.
When you close your eye, open your eye when they sound.
Yes.
Because we are masters at running from problems. In fact, we go to America in attempt to run from problems.
I know interesting thing. You see Nigerians traveling out of Nigeria, and you see white guys moving into Nigeria.
Trying to come here, yes. Oh, yes. That's what the Chinese are trying to invade Nigeria. Because there are many problems here.
Wow, wow. Chapter 5. Why you are not making enough money.
Okay, yeah, very good.
I need to make more money.
Yeah, so
what can I do to make more money?
So I'll just run through that very quickly because of your time. So there are about 5 or 6 reasons why. If you're not making enough money, it's one of these reasons, I promise you. Number 1, you are not solving problems. Number 2, you are solving problems, but you're not solving enough problems.
Good.
Number 3, you are solving problems, but you are solving the wrong problems.
Whoa.
Number 4, you are solving the right problems, but you're solving the right problems the wrong way.
Wow.
Number 5, you are solving the right problems, but you're solving for the wrong people, wrong clientele. And lastly, number 6, you're solving the right problems, but you're solving it with the wrong people, the wrong team.
You know, this chapter 5, it's Entrepreneur 101.
Yes.
Every serious entrepreneur watching us right now, you've got to read chapter 5.
Yeah.
And don't just read, reflect on it and act and work. Don't job on it. Don't job on it. Work on it. You know, chapter 6. If you can't see a problem, create one.
Yes.
How do I create a problem? Is it by breaking people's cars on the street?
You know, so see, I was almost going to remove that chapter when writing that book because it's a lot easier to teach it in a class or in a summit or in a conference than it is to write about it. So I'll give you an example. Many years ago, nobody had need for social media.
True.
Those who invented social media created a problem. We were just happy the way we were. For example, we even had Yahoo Messenger. We were just okay. We had BBM.
Yeah.
We're cool with that. And then suddenly now, it's like your life will end without Facebook.
True.
But you didn't have that problem 15 years ago. So somebody created that problem for you, essentially. And there are many things that we use today that we didn't have need for them. Even WhatsApp. There were years ago that we were just okay with texting.
Exactly.
In fact, it was a blessing to make calls. There's a time we didn't have mobile phones. When we didn't have mobile phones, we were okay with it was a miracle to have a digital landline.
For me, I thought life started maybe like 2000 or
yes,
you know.
Yes.
For me, I thought that was when God created the world.
Exactly.
Our forefathers, sometimes I just imagine how did they survive?
Exactly. But I mean, at some point at that time, you were probably in secondary school, and you used to write those lovely letters.
Yeah.
Dear Ape, I hope this letter meets you well. You know, we have those very constructive ways of writing formal and informal letters.
To the opposite.
Yeah. You know, but now you can't do without your mobile phones. Somebody created that problem.
Yeah.
We had phones before and we're okay with them. So it's possible to create problems. But I mean, like I said, in the book, I described the kind of problems that are validated under this context.
Very good.
You can't just go and break into people's houses and sell cocaine and say, I want to create problems, all right? If you do that, you're a criminal.
Absolutely.
All right? So there are legitimate ways of creating. So the real thing there is creating a gap. Not just filling a gap. there's a part of entrepreneurship that you fill a gap. There's another part of entrepreneurship that you create a gap. What you're even doing now with your model of your real estate, you are creating a gap.
Yeah.
You are creating a problem.
Yeah. True.
Just you're creating a gap that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
You
Then
see?
people will now be saying, "Oh, you mean I've been tying down my capital for too long?"
Yes.
That's a problem.
So now, if somebody says, "Come and pay $100,000 for a house," you say, why now? When I know Mr. Abiola who sells this is a different model.
Exactly.
So you have created a problem.
Yeah. True.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because you haven't just filled the gap, you have created a gap for yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to learn to start creating problems positively.
Yeah.
You know. Then chapter 7, find the solution.
Yes, because you see, not everything that we call solutions are solutions. Many times, the solutions that we provide amplifies the problems. You know, you give a tailor your clothes like this lovely one you're wearing. You have a wedding on Friday, and he promises to get it to you on Wednesday, and he brings it to you 2 weeks after. He still brought you a beautiful dress.
We are used to that problem.
Exactly. You see, but you can't call that dress a solution anymore.
True.
So you've got to define what a solution really is. Not everything that we call a solution is a solution. As a matter of fact, there are solutions of yesterday that has become problems of today. So you need to know when even a solution mutates into a problem.
Wow.
Landline now is a problem.
Yes, occupy space.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But there's a time that it was the only solution there is.
Yeah.
So if you go to invest $1 billion now into making landlines, you are wasting. It's not a solution anymore.
It's not.
It used to be a solution that has become a problem. So you've got to define the solution properly, and I try to do that in that chapter.
Yeah.
And then also you need to understand that delivery qualifies the solution. The quality of your products does not qualify it to be a solution. The quality of your product, besides the quality of your delivery, is what defines the solution that you provide.
Wow.
So you may have the best product, but you have poor delivery. You don't have the solution. You may have the best delivery, but have a poor product. You don't have a solution.
Wow.
So your delivery style and your product quality will come together and produce a solution. So in today's age and time, having a good product is not enough anymore. The delivery style also determines if it's truly a solution or not.
Wow, wow. Which is service.
Yes.
You know, say people, when a client leaves you, it's not because your product is too expensive.
Yes.
It's because of the quality of delivery
Yes,
they are getting.
yes, delivery is
And
important.
So they don't find that your quality product is solution again. You know, fantastic. Finally, and I love this, be an exceptional person.
Yes. Because it's more important to become than to have. Who you are is always more important than what you have. So and that's why the book is not centered on becoming rich. It's also centered on becoming relevant. Because the becoming is as important as the possessing.
Wow.
So you've got to become an exceptional human being and not just become the wealthiest guy in the room.
Wow.
Yeah, because, I mean, the essence of life will eventually fall back to who you are, not what you have.
Wow.
Essentially.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because who you are sustains what you have.
Exactly. And outlives what you have.
Wow.
Always. Always.
So we need to become more on a daily basis.
Yes. You need to become. We focus more on possessing, on attaining, but very few of us focus on becoming.
Wow.
And who we become always outweighs and amplifies what we have. So who you become can amplify what you have. And I like what you said in the beginning about time. And you said something about time spent. But there are ways to invest time. You can live beyond your days.
Absolutely.
You know, a man can die at 70 years old, but live for 200 years.
True, sir.
Do you understand? By who he becomes,
True.
not what he has.
True.
Yeah.
I met Jim Rohn, I think 2 years after he died. You know, now, and I was still aspiring that I'm going to bring this guy to Nigeria.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he was dead.
Exactly. Yes.
The day I knew Jim Rohn was late, my day was so spoiled.
Yeah. So he was dead, but he was still living.
Living. Wow.
Because of who he became.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Architect Harrison, for being so generous.
I'm honored.
You know,
Truly glad.
with your knowledge. You know, I know we just we cannot wait to have you back. We cannot wait to have you back on one of our future editions. You know, we know you are very busy and you had to sacrifice so much to be here today. And of course, please just let me just keep typing. Thank you, Architect Harrison, on the chat column. And now I have a special offer to every one of you watching us right now. For those of you that will be subscribing into Lifestyle Up this month. Okay, so this offer stops 31st. So for those of you that will be subscribing into our platforms, okay, either you are buying outrightly or you are investing in our Lifestyle Resort and anything, we are going to give you a copy of this book free. Okay, we'll give you a copy of this free. Don't worry, you can be in Ghana, Ivory Coast, anywhere. We will know how to get this book across to you. For those of you that will be part of what we are doing at Lifestyle, you'll get a copy of this fantastic book for free. And don't just aspire to have a copy, aspire to have this copy with your team members, because like you said, your association also determines, okay, if you'll be able to be successful eventually or not. And you don't want to be the only knowledgeable person, because a team member of yours could read this book and even interpret it better than you. And that is what, because we all need to reinforce ourselves on a daily basis, and that's what we try to do at the Discover Your Asset webinar on a weekly basis, where we try to reinforce ourselves. Because for me, I hosted this edition, trust me, I think I'm the biggest student for this week's edition, because I learned so much from Architect Harrison. Thank you so very much, and thank you for blessing us with this.
Thank you.
You know, we should be paying you, you know, every day for writing this book, because there is a book in every one of us.
True.
But the sad thing is that we leave this world without writing that book.
True,
so I want to challenge you watching us today. Write your book too, okay? And trust me, we'll buy it. All right? Thank you so very much for being part of this week's edition of the Discover Your Assets webinar. We'll be back again next week, and I just want to encourage you to share the replay link with your friends, with your team members. Let them rediscover their minds, okay? And let them rediscover how they can achieve greatness using the practical tips that Architect Harrison has shared with us today. And please, if we have truly blessed you, bless us back by clicking the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, okay? And of course, the universe will conspire in your favor. What is universe? Universe is God. May God bless you. Thank you so much. My name is Abioye, and I'm the CEO of Lifestyle Up. Bye for now.